What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be on the torque tube rebuild and upgrade for the Corvette. We're going to be taking an early C5 torque tube. My car's a 99, and we're going to be upgrading the drive shaft, the couplers, and the bolts to the 2001 and up style, along with a hardened prop shaft. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Alright, and this is what took so long to get. So we got a new hardened prop shaft with the 12mm bolts, new Guibos couplers. I have the oil slinger, some new O-rings, snap rings, fresh bearings, and new 12mm hardware. When I get the old torque tube apart, I'll just show you the difference between the stock one versus what we're going to be putting in there. So I'm going to rip this one apart. To get the earlier style torque tubes apart, you're just going to be removing all of your bolts here and then the slave cylinder in the front. So I'll go ahead, break that apart, and we'll slide the drive shaft out of this thing. Okay, so we have the bolts from the back removed. And the sleeve cylinder removed. So the next thing I'm going to do, take a friendly hammer, because you don't want to damage this, and we're just going to gently knock this back until we can slide the whole assembly out. Alright, so the front coupler is not in the best shape. Definitely on its way out. The rear was not too bad, but could definitely stand to be replaced. So I'm actually not going to be using this drive shaft. I have one out of a buddy's 2001 Z06, I believe, that is already equipped for the 12mm hardware. So the only thing I'm going to be taking off this assembly is this back portion here, and then we'll replace the bearings inside. So I'm going to get this broken down. I'll take a look at the difference between the two, and then hopefully we can start reassembling the new one and getting this thing back together. Alright, so I removed the 3 bolts from the Guibos coupler to the back prop shaft. When you're doing that, make sure you have a good Torx bit. It's T55. These bolts are really tight, and you will absolutely shatter a bit if it's a cheaper socket. So just make sure it's a quality socket. I threw the old drive shaft in the vise. I'm not going to be reusing this one. Like I said, I have the other one with the 12mm bolts, so it wasn't super important. If I was keeping this one, I probably would have put something around the drive shaft to protect it, but we're not going to be using that, so that wasn't necessary. So now that we have this out, I don't know if you can see in there, that large snap ring needs to get removed. Hopefully the pliers that I have will work for that, so I'm going to get started on that. And once this is out, I have to drill and tap these bolts for the larger 12mm bolts that are going to be going in for the upgrade. So I'll get this up. Alright, so once that large internal snap ring is removed from here, you can go ahead and just take a shop press and push this out of the bottom. You should be able to see in here, you have a couple of O-rings, and then one more snap ring on this bearing here. So I'm going to remove that. We'll press these bearings off, clean this up, and we can start on reassembly. Alright, so we got the last bearing pressed off of the prop shaft in the rear. This is kind of what I was talking about. Well, this is what I was talking about before. So if you have an earlier year C5, they actually have 3 different sized bearings, where the later model ones only have 2. So the kit that I purchased came with 2 of these bearings and then a smaller one for the front of the prop shaft. The one that's different for the earlier models is this large one here. The number on this is 6010 DU. So this is part of the reason that this took so long to film, was because the first time they forgot to ship the bearings, and then when I received them, this was my fault, is that I realized that mine has 3 different sized bearings. So this one is ordered. I should have this soon. Once we get that, we can put this all back together. But the next thing that we're going to have to do is drill out this rear prop shaft and tap all 3 bolt holes for the larger 12mm bolts. Alright, so I went ahead and drilled and tapped the prop shaft for the rear. So this is the old 10mm bolt. Like I said, this comes on the earlier C5s, I want to say 97 to 2000 or 2001. And we drilled it out for the 12mm bolts. And now this threads in there. So with that done, next thing we're going to do is start cleaning and prepping everything to go back together. If you're going to upgrade your torque tube, I would recommend just maybe buying a complete setup and then just putting new bearings and seals in it, or see if you can find just this part, because drilling and tapping that, it's definitely hardened, and it took a pretty long time. But if you are going to do it, the bolts themselves are 12mm by 1.75, and you can drill that out with a 13/32 drill bit. Just make sure you get a good bit and a good tap, and just take your time, lots of oil, and you'll get there. So, but that's done. I'm gonna clean up the rear housing. We'll put the O-rings and we'll start pressing some bearings in. Another reason for going with the later model drive shaft, in addition to the larger diameter bolts, is the diameter of the drive shaft itself. So the later model one, which is what we're going to be using, is 2.5, and the earlier model one is right around like 2.25. So just another thing to consider if you are thinking about upgrading. In addition to the larger bolts, the drive shaft is larger as well. So like I said, this one is not going to be used anymore, so we'll put this one off to the side and we'll start assembling this one. Alright, so this is the rear bearing housing. This gets sandwiched in between the torque tube and then the adapter for the rear diff. So you'll see one groove in there. That is going to be an O-ring. And then on the back side here, you'll see two more grooves. The one closest to the camera is going to be a snap ring, and then the one further in is going to be another O-ring, and that's just to keep this sealed around the bearings themselves. So I'm going to use just a toothbrush and some Q-tips. We'll clean the dirt out of those 2 grooves, and we'll start getting this together. Alright, so I pressed the first bearing onto the hardened prop shaft. You notice there is a snap ring that retains the bearing. On top of that is going to be the oil slinger. I didn't show this disassembling it because I didn't take mine apart, because it's getting a new one. But if you're disassembling yours, make sure you take this off and remove that snap ring. Otherwise you're going to have a really fun time trying to press that bearing off. So typically, if you're going to be reusing all of your old components, before you disassemble it, you actually want to mark each point on either one of the prop shafts to one point on the drive shaft. This way it goes back in the same orientation. In this case, because we're using a different drive shaft, the old rear prop shaft that's been drilled and tapped, and a new hardened front prop shaft, the best thing to do in this case is on your new couplers, you should have almost like little arrows stamped into them, and each one will be going in a different direction. You want your bolt, so your bolt head is going to be here on the wider part of the point, and your threads will come through this side and bolt in. So just something to keep in mind. But I'm going to go ahead and start bolting this up. We're going to use a little blue Loctite on the new bolts, and the 12mm bolts get torqued to 66 foot-pounds. So I'll get these two on and we'll come back. Alright, so with the torque tube completely assembled, I have the bolts in the back to the bell housing torqued down. Those are 48 foot-pounds. The last thing I want to check is just to see if we have any excessive run out on the end of the prop shaft here with everything assembled. I really haven't found a spec, but I've seen on a couple of forums people that have bought new ones say they have like 45 thousandths of run out, which sounds crazy, but apparently with the rubber couplers in here you do have a little bit of leeway, but because we have a new prop shaft, a different drive shaft, and the rear prop shaft was drilled and tapped, I just want to make sure that this thing isn't severely out of balance. So I have my dial indicator set up here. We have it on the end of the prop shaft, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn this and we'll see what we get. So we're at about 5. And 5. So about 5 thousandths of an inch run out. I would call that acceptable. I'm happy with that. Obviously it would be great to have it be 0, but with what we changed, 5 thousandths is good with me. Alright, if you guys made it all the way through, thank you. I really appreciate you watching. Unfortunately, this video got delayed because of some issues with parts getting the bearings. I think I mentioned that earlier. It's partially my fault, so things happen, but because of that this video was delayed, and it's kind of all over the place as far as the order that it was shot in, but hopefully somebody maybe got something out of this. Yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.